going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger. We are back at you again today with another MLB 16 The Show Diamond Dynasty online gameplay. Got a late night Tuesday video for you guys, kind of out of my normal schedule, but the MLB All-Star teams were announced tonight, and I figured I'd make a video. This is kind of like a midweek version of This Week in Baseball. I figured I'd make a video, and we'll go ahead and talk about the rosters, have a nice discussion, maybe talk about who possibly got snubbed off of the All-Star game. We'll talk about the final vote players, all that stuff. Now, real quick, I do want to throw it out here. Tomorrow, I may be live streaming tomorrow afternoon, doing some shows. So if you're not subscribed to my Twitch channel, be sure to do so. It's Twitch TV X Popular Stranger. Go subscribe to me. I'll definitely make a video letting you guys know if I do. So enjoy the gameplay. Let's jump on into it. We're going to visit over to the American League roster first. Starting lineup: Salvador Perez at catcher, Eric Hosmer first base, Jose Altuve, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Trout, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Mookie Betts in the outfield. Lots of Red Sox out in the outfield there, 2 out of 3, and then the designated hitter obviously goes to David Ortiz. Let's talk about the reserves. I think they did a great job. Now, either I'm just unaware about these two guys having good seasons, or it's just because they're catchers, but Matt Wieters and Stephen Vogt, they make the squad. Like I said, I didn't know they were really having good seasons, great seasons. Maybe it's just because there's not a lot of really good catchers out there. I know Yan Gomes was somebody that I saw people thought should make it for those Indians who are playing really, really good baseball. Miggy makes it at first base. Robinson Cano at second base. Josh Donaldson third base. Francisco Lindor, I'm so happy that he made the All-Star team. He's a really fantastic player. He made it as a reserve shortstop. So did Eduardo Nunez, who's really having a good season for the Twins. Carlos Beltran was a bit of a surprise. I know he's been good as of late. Ian Desmond and Mark Trumbo definitely should have made it. And then designated hitter reserve, Edwin Encarnacion, certainly should deserve it. He's just been crushing the baseball as of late. And then in the pitchers for the AL, we got Marco Estrada having a really good season, very underrated. Cole Hamels, Danny Salazar, Chris Sale, Stephen Wright, the knuckleballer. Relief pitchers: Dylan Betances, Brad Bratch, not familiar with him, Zach Britton, Alex Colomé, really like that kid, Wade Davis, Kelvin Herrera, Craig Kimbrel, Andrew Miller, and Will Harris. Now, Wade Davis is on the DL, so he's not expected to play. And then the final vote is going to come down to Ian Kinsler, Evan Longoria, Dustin Pedroia, Michael Saunders, or George Springer. I would probably cast my vote to George Springer. Though I haven't seen his stats as of late, he's really been having a really good season. He's a good player for the Astros. Good to see him playing well. So let me know what you think about that roster. Well, we talk about that when we're going to move right on over to the National League roster. You guys know I'm just going to disagree all over the place with this one, but let's talk about it. Buster Posey starting at catcher. He basically caught up to Yadi towards the end there, and I'll give you a spoiler alert. Yadi didn't make the team, so he went from possibly being a starter to not on the squad at all. Very interesting. Then we got an entire Cubs infield. This is ridiculous. Anthony Rizzo at first, certainly deserves it. Ben Zobrist at second. I would have went with Daniel Murphy there. I said it before. Chris Bryant at third. You know I'm going Nolan Arenado there. Addison Russell at shortstop. That should be Corey Seager's spot. And then the outfielders are Bryce Harper, Dexter Fowler, and Yoenis Cespedes. So the Cubs are all over the place. The voting really didn't change for the entire NL except for Buster Posey. The reserves: Jonathan Lucroy and Wilson Ramos. Very, very good players, both of them. Will Myers having a great season with the Padres. He's going to be a first base reserve along with Paul Goldschmidt. Daniel Murphy makes the team. I'm happy that he did. Matt Carpenter makes the squad as an infielder. Nolan Arenado at third base. Corey Seager at shortstop, which means the AL went with 2 shortstops. The NL went with Matt Carpenter and Corey Seager, so maybe Carpenter took a spot from Trevor Story. And then the outfielders go to Odubel Herrera, Marcelo Zuna, who I'm very happy made the team, and Carlos Gonzalez, and Adam Duvall made it too. So I'm really happy to see a couple guys on this list. We talked about Lindor earlier, but Marcelo Zuna, I'm glad that he's getting some credit. And then Adam Duvall, who's been just unbelievable for the Reds. So he makes it. The pitchers are going to be Clayton Kershaw, who will not be pitching because he's on the DL, Jake Arrieta, Madison Bumgarner. Now, as I'm reading these names, my God, this NL pitching roster is stacked. Johnny Cueto, great season right now for the Giants. Noah Syndergaard, Jose Fernandez, Julio Teheran, John Lester, Steven Strasburg. My God, that pitching staff is ridiculous. Relief pitchers, Familia from the Mets, Kenley Jansen from the Dodgers, Fernando Rodney for the Marlins, who really has been with the Padres the entire season, but he recently got traded. Mark Melancon from the Pirates, and AJ Ramos, another Marlins that I'm pretty happy, that he made the team. He, I believe, is still leading the majors in saves. So shout outs and props to AJ Ramos. And then the final votes are going to be out of Brandon Bell, Ryan Braun, Jake Lamb, Starling Marte, and Trevor Story. That one, even though I'm a Red Sox fan, that one, that's a tough one, man. Braun, Lamb, Marte, and Story. Brandon Bell, I don't think will get in there, but that's a tough final vote. Let me know who you guys are going for. So, I look at these rosters, and off the top of my head, I really can't think of anybody who got just, incredibly snubbed. I really can't. So, you guys, I don't really care for some of the starters, and I think that they should change the way that the starting vote goes. I would love it to see 50% fans, 50% baseball writers, or something like that. Whoever votes for the MVP, maybe, the MVP of the season, maybe let them have some say in it. But honestly, I'm looking at the roster, and there's just not too many guys out there that I say, damn, he really should have made it. I think they did do a good job with the reserves this year. Maybe there's some pitchers out there who aren't extremely big names but having some good seasons that got snubbed. I know Aaron Sanchez, just not enough room for him, but I think from him for the Blue Jays, he's having a very good season. But I don't know. Let me know what you think about the All-Star teams. Give me your predictions. I'm going NL. The Rockies need home field advantage for the World Series, so they're going to take it for us. And I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. We came up short last inning, couldn't get that one run to tie it up. We'll be back again. We're going to stream tomorrow and have a team update video coming very soon. Peace.